BC's former Liberal Premier is urging Canadians to vote for Canada. Gordon Campbell joins me now.
It seems to me that Canada has all the tools we need to build the kind of future that we want. And we should remember how strong we are, that we can be independent. I think, unfortunately, over the last 10 years, we've been weakened. We're not as resilient as we were. We're more dependent on the United States now than we were when the Federal Liberal Party was elected. We need to use the best of what we've got. We have exceptional energy resources. The Liberals stopped the Northern Gateway pipeline. That was wrong. And it was done after a process. So the uncertainty that has been created, and Mr. Carney continues this uncertainty. He says one thing in British Columbia, another thing in Quebec. We need to have those pipelines to build the economic future for this country.
You, of course, know, though, that the Liberal government was the government that bought a pipeline.
Yeah, I know they were the government that bought a pipeline, and I know they're also a government that stopped a pipeline after it had gone through all the process and was ready for approval.
Right.
So when we're told that, we're worried about our economy, I can tell you one of the things that undermines every economy is uncertainty.
Yeah, for sure.
You can't say one thing in one part of the country and another thing in another part of the country. You have to be clear. If this is a national emergency, we are going to build pipelines. They're going to reach the Asian markets. They're going to reach the European markets. It makes no sense for us to bring, outside energy into Canada when we are so rich in energy resources as we are. Canadians can't even get, Ontario and Quebec can't get their energy right now without it going through the United States.
Yeah.
That makes no sense to me. Mr. Trump made his decision on February 1st. We still have interprovincial trade barriers. Take them down. Should have been done long, long ago. It would add $200 billion to Canada's economy. And more important than that, it starts thinking about the next generation of Canadians. We should not think of the next generation of Canadians as the people that will pay all of our debts for all of the services we made. I think we should hold governments to account. Yeah. The Liberal decade was a dismal decade for Canada. Their immigration policies hurt every one of our cities. They made our housing problem worse. They made our healthcare problem worse. They made our educational problems worse. We have to hold governments to account. One person does not a government make. I wouldn't count on the federal government delivering and executing a program anytime as long as it's the same group that's been there the last 10 years. They've been incompetent and they've led us down the wrong road. I'm not saying they weren't well-intended. Yeah. They just didn't do the job. They have to do the job, not just for me and my generation. We've been taken care of pretty well. But I'll tell you, my grandkids deserve to have a government that's thinking about them, not thinking about debt, not thinking about expediently taking care of this group or that group. How are we building the future for Canada? That's what I'm voting for, and I think that Mr. Poilievre has the platform that will get us there.